Time for another edition of Tech Bytes with Cloud9 Networking Solutions, and in the studios with us once again, Kyle Redden. Kyle, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Good. Now, you were able to outdodge rain before it starts coming, but this kind of stuff can wreak havoc on your computers depending on the system you have. Am I correct?
Lightning can.
Yeah.
Rain, not so much.
Right. But the lightning you got to be aware of.
Yes. And just have your computers and all of your computer devices, your wireless routers and all that stuff plugged into surge protectors. And that's about all you can do.
Okay. I've got a battery backup on mine.
Yes. That's even better, but that's pretty expensive.
Well, yeah, I've got that on, I just put it there because I've done it in the past, so anytime I have to get the new one, just go and take care of business.
Right.
All right, so our topic for today is optimizing your computer, but first, Tech Byte News.
Yes, FCC has fined AT&T $100 million for not being clear about data throttling practices. AT&T set a 5 gigabyte per billing cycle limit on unlimited plans in 2012. What happens is that once you hit this limit, it slows your networking down to almost nothing over your 4G network. It's so slow, especially in big cities, you can't even send photo messages. It's really bad. Really
Logs
bad.
it down pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So AT&T started sending out text messages to customers who approach this limit. Yes, there is an unlimited plan. There are limits, but I guess AT&T has now discontinued the unlimited, haven't they?
Correct, but to the customers that have kept their unlimited plan through AT&T,
they still have to keep it's grandfathered in.
It's grandfathered in, and what they're doing is once you get to about 75% of the 5 gigabytes that they've given you, they'll send you a text message saying, "Hey, you're about to run out of the 5 gigabytes."
Is that a lot?
No, it's really not.
So that's basically for the people that had the unlimited plan at 5 gigabytes. They're getting hosed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the FCC is fining AT&T $100 million. Sprint has an unlimited plan, but they do not throttle theirs.
Now, tell everybody what data throttling is.
They take it from the regular 4G speeds that you're used to and drops it down to maybe a dial-up speed.
Wow.
From back in the day when they had dial-up, you had to wait on your mom to get off the phone so you could get on your AOL.
Oh, my gosh. Jeez, that bad.
Yes, or worse sometimes.
Okay. So that's, man. Yeah, but they're still denying, AT&T is still denying they've done this practice.
No, they readily admit that they
have jammed people.
Jammed people. What they say is the reason they're being fined is that the FCC says that they've done it without letting people know about it.
Oh, okay.
Basically, unfair advertising. Right.
Jeez.
AT&T says that they let people know about it, but
so you wonder where do you go to? Who do you go to? I mean, really? I mean, everybody's got their choices, but everybody's out there to try to give someone else the jam on this thing. I mean, who do you go?
There are different positives and negatives to each. Verizon has great coverage, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
Sprint has all right coverage, and they have truly unlimited data.
Okay.
But again, they're a little on the expensive side, they don't have as good a coverage.
Now, 5G is compared to how what does that entail as far as
5 gigabytes?
Not a whole lot. So, I mean, you can rapidly fire that up.
Right. 5 gigabytes is just a little bit more than one DVD.
Oh, see, jeez. So basically, a lot of people are not clearing out what they have to keep their optimization up to 5 gigabytes.
That's correct. So that's just with the cell phones now. That's not with their regular home internet.
Jeez, man.
But some ways, a lot of people have come to me about slow computers.
Okay.
That is one of the biggest things that any network in computer tech gets is, how do I make my computer faster?
Okay.
And there are companies that'll charge you $30, $40, $50 to tune up your computer, speed up your computer, and that's ridiculous. There's some really easy things that you can do that don't cost you a dime. There's no hardware changes. There are ways to speed up your computer with hardware changes, but normally you don't need them.
Okay.
First things first is you get rid of all of the trash that's on your computer when you get it. When you buy a new computer from Dell or from Best Buy or HP, it comes with programs that these companies think you need. I think I saw one that even came with AOL still. It comes with these antiviruses that'll give you a trial, then make you pay for them. It comes with a lot of different just programs that you don't need. It's called bloatware.
Bloatware.
Yes. And so there's a program on that you can download called PC Decrapifier.
I love it. I love it. when I read the notes before we came on, and I go, no, that can't be what it is. And Kyle told me, yeah, it is. That's what it says, Decrapifier. I'm going, they're literally on this thing here. But
you got to love computer geeks.
Yeah, but by the way, if anybody has a question or two as we're progressing through the program, give us a call, 352-796-7272, 888-613-2050. You're listening to Tech Bytes with Cloud9 Networking Solutions. Kyle Redden is the man in charge of Cloud9 Networking Solutions. And so the decrapifier, to get rid of bloatware on the new computer, you just basically what?
You install this program,
right,
and you set it to run, and it gets rid of all the random programs that you don't need, called bloatware. All this.
How do they know which to unload?
That's the way that the programmers built this program, was to find.
They know what the garbage is.
Right. They know what the garbage is. So it finds the garbage and gets rid of it without touching any of your important files.
Okay. Now, also it says keep your computer up to date with Windows Update.
Yes. Updating your computer is one of the easiest, most basic things you can do to make sure that you have all the security patches, all the program patches, everything that makes your computer act the way it should act. Windows sends out updates at least once a week.
Now, there's times where on my computer, I keep it shut off. Okay, then I turn it on if I want to use it, and then I'll turn it off. There's times where when I go to turn it off, it says, okay, do not turn off your computer. We're going to give you updates, and it'll say maybe 17 updates or something like that. That's my Windows Update.
That's correct. That's a Windows Update.
So it does it whenever, usually when I go to turn it off, and then when I turn it back on, it comes up on a different screen. It's got all these numbers that are flashing across the bottom, showing it's updated to such and such a thing.
That's correct.
But so there I'm getting my Windows. I may not get it for a week or two.
Right. What it does is it actually updates in the middle of the night when it sends your computer updates to you. And you really should keep your computer on most of the time. The computers are built to stay on.
Really?
Yes.
And nobody can get in it?
No, as long as it's password protected. No one should be able to get into it. Computers now are built to always be online. And so Windows Updates sends out.
Doesn't that take a lot of juice out of the? No.
No. It really doesn't.
Now
Your
you talk
computer
about
goes to sleep.
password protected. You're talking your email stuff protected or otherwise password.
Your computer, when you log into your computer, you should have to put in a password.
Okay.
That's password protecting your computer account, and that way people can't get in to steal your stuff. If I go visit your house, I can't sit at your computer and get all of your sensitive documents.
Right. Use a CCleaner to get rid of old files and clean up registry. What is that?
All right, CCleaner is by far my favorite tool that you can download. It is totally free from a company called Puriform. And what it does is it gets rid of all your temporary internet files, all of the stuff that happens in the background that you don't see. Your computer downloads a lot of things when you go online. Things like your history.
Right.
It just takes up space and stuff that you have to go through. So your CCleaner gets rid of all of that.
So what do? Just Google it, CCleaner, and then it'll come up and just go to the site?
You can go to ccleaner.com.
Oh, just that simple.
Just that simple. CCleaner.com. And it will send you to the free download site. I believe there's a pro version, but you don't need to pay for it.
Right.
You can get the free download, and it takes care of all your temporary internet files and your history and things like that take up space. It also has an option to clean your registry. Cleaning your registry gets rid of pieces of files. If you've uninstalled a program, a lot of times it leaves little pieces behind on your computer. The registry cleaner part of that gets rid of it.
All right, so that's something to put onto the system. Now, this PC decrapifier, is that a regular site to go to, or what's?
It is. It's something you Google and you can download it.
Okay. And then you can optimize startup, misconfig for Windows 7 and earlier, in the tab at the top of the task manager for Windows 8 or newer. Now, what does that mean?
Okay, well, your startup, when your computer starts, there are a lot of programs that automatically start when your computer starts. And this is the way that you can go in and choose what starts and what doesn't start automatically. And for Windows 7 or older, you type msconfig into the run the run area in your start menu. msconfig, and there should be a startup tab there that you can alter what programs start automatically. And in Windows 8 or newer, it has, when you open up the task manager, and there are a lot of different ways to get to it, but you open up the task manager and there's tabs at the top, and one of those tabs is startup.
Okay. Now, defragging your computer, you don't have to do it every day, but maybe once every month or so?
Yeah, I've run into a lot of people lately that feel that defragging their computer is the only thing that you can possibly do to speed it up, and they use it as a diagnostic tool, and none of that's true. Defragging, what a defrag does is it takes pieces of information that are spread out over your hard drive,
right,
and puts them all in one confined area. And it just makes it quicker for your hard drive to find the programs it needs, because it doesn't have to look through a lot of white space. That's really all it does. Honestly, if I defrag my computer every 3 months, it's amazing. Generally, what you do is when you've uninstalled a program or when you've installed a new program, that's when you go and defrag your computer. But it's not something you should do all the time. CCleaner, you should use once a week.
Oh.
Defrag, there's no reason you should use it no reason at all you should use it more than once a month.
Right.
It takes a long time, and it's unneeded.
Got a question for Kyle? 352-796-7272, 888-613-2050. You're listening to Tech Bytes, Cloud9 Networking Solutions. And again, we welcome your calls if you got a question. Also, too, if something after the program, you need to give Kyle a call. His office number is 352-513-3693, or the cell is 912-332-2237. That's Kyle Redden at gmail.com. If you need to send him an email, that's KYLEREDDIN at gmail.com. Cloud9 Networking Solutions is the company. Tech Bytes is the name of the program, and we'll be back in